Hi YouTube! I hope you're being the greatest of assets, and welcome to our flooded tutorial video. In this video, we're gonna show you two maps to show you how to deal with flooded and to give you a feel for how to apply the method of going to the different moons and still have a good loot. Now, there are of course ways to just avoid the water entirely. Like on Dine, you can go to fire exit. There will never be water there, but on the front entrance there will be. However, sometimes you will need to go to that front entrance to actually get that loot to get over the really high quota. So it could be a lifesaver, or even maybe you have enemies at the fire exit that you have to use the main entrance. In any case, you might be in a situation where you're just simply in need of a little bit more options. So flooded is actually not as hard as it may seem, and you might notice this weather doesn't exist here. And for the purpose of this video, we're going to use something called crowd control to allow us to actually modify the weather once we land. We tried to do it on Rend, but Rend floods the entire moon, not just the part that it should actually flood. So by activating this, we should be fine. And I'm gonna apply a normal run to Dine and show you how you can do pretty well even on a flooded moon. So I hope this will help. I'll also show you how to actually go in the water and get out of it safely. And this is a shortcut. You can also see this shortcut in the fire exit tutorial if you want to. And there's the flooded weather. Also, Red Penguin, we did raise over $145,000 to cancer research in the past approximately 7 years. Thanks for asking. So as you can see here, the water is now coming, so we do have flooded. And we're gonna just go in and do a normal run. And not step on that mine. So you can see how you can do pretty well. Let's actually leave the shovel here so we run a little bit faster. Actually, let's leave the shovel at the entrance then. So for the purpose of a simulated real run to get the loot, I figured we'd bring the items I would generally bring, so you get a natural feeling. Red Penguin, thank you. A coffee mug, let's go. So I'd like to get 3 items and go back to show how to do it. And the way flooded water works is actually that it stops your stamina regeneration. So by going into water, you're now not generating stamina anymore. What you want to do is prepare yourself for the submersion by regenerating stamina outside of water and then entering the water. That way you have access to jumping in it, which is the thing most people have the mistake of doing. They go to the water, they have no stamina, and they go in and then they can't jump to get some air. Oh, wow, that's rude. I just needed some items. I just wanted one more item. I don't think we had a key. Oh, thank you. Because we only need, honestly, one more item to simulate the... Well, we can use a shovel. I'm pretty sure we didn't have a key anywhere. So let's use the shovel to simulate having found a full set of loot, and you're going back, and you've been inside, and let's just wait a little bit here, do a little dance with the shovel while we wait, and pretend that we weren't looking around, and then we found the loot, and like, oh my god, look at there was loot. And then we went out. Now the water has risen a bit, but not too much. So what you will do on this one, the safest, is go straight forward. Nice cow, by the way. And you will be safer than going in that direction, because then you will always have the safety of doing that. Right now, you could technically still go this way, but you see that you still have the water here, and it's a lot of risk already at this time of the day. So my suggestion for Dine is use the shortcut that I discovered and just move forward. And you can see my stamina is now dropping as long as I move, but I'm still very safe. So let's just go back to the ship to show how easy it is to get back for those of you that haven't learned this shortcut yet. And then we'll go back with these items to simulate, once again, carrying items through the water. So yeah, I get a good feel for that. We can also show the fire exit real quick, just to show how that one is gonna be clean. So if you ever forgot about the option, sometimes you have a safe path that's always safe on some moons. So this one has the fire exit over here, and then I would say March has a fairly safe one. It's not entirely safe, but it has a fairly safe one in the other direction away from the ship, and that's the one we're gonna show later. That worked though. So here's a fire exit, and as you can see, there's no water anywhere nearby to be seen. So if you want to play it super safe, you just go up there. But for the sake of this video, you wanted to learn how to deal with the water, not to avoid the water in case you really need it. And there might be turrets in there, or mines. Maybe your friend went in and they died, but you still want to save the run. So now you're going to the water, and you're going to impress your friend by actually surviving some really dangerous water. There's a ship. So let's go this way. And also, dancing with a shovel, utterly amazing, thank you. And also, oh, I'm sorry to hear that person skimmed, by the way. I'll address that more soon. Actually, let's say it once, even if it's a YouTube video. I'm sorry to hear your dad passed 2 years ago, cancer, but I hope you had a good life up until then. And thank you for sharing your story. So, once again, with the stamina, by the way, you will notice here that the water line goes there. If I go into it, my stamina stops generating. And I start draining it. So you want to make sure your stamina is ready, and then you go in. So you might notice the main entrance is now really far away, but when we get into the water, now we have preserved stamina, and we can jump a few times to keep ourselves safer and still make it without problems. So what you want to do is continuously, when you drop into the water, make sure that you actually jump at regular intervals. And the main mistake, as I said earlier, is that people tend to run to the water and then they try to go in and then they try to get through it, and you can't really run in the water either. So you always want to save up your stamina. You may also notice that standing on this platform, even with it covered in lots of water, you can still see items very easily by scanning for them, and your stamina is regenerating, so you're safe in that sense. How is the cup not filled hot mission? That would be such a cool thing. I request a mod that does that now. The mugs need to be filled and they can drink out of them. So, as you can see, it's about 4 p.m. It's getting late in the day, and let's just wait until it hits 4 p.m. You've been in there, you went in twice and tried to do really well, tried to save a run, and now it's 4 p.m. And I would say 4 p.m. is around the line where you want to drive, because now, as you can see, it's more difficult to actually make it, but you can still jump to get our, what's it called, oxygen back. And there you go. So even with a flooded planet, even with the potential of the fire exit being messed up, there's monsters there, there's turrets, there's mines you can't get around. Now you have the option of going to the front of 9, using the shortcut to speed yourself up to get there, and then getting through the water with with a lot of safety. You can still try to do it around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., but the closer you get to 5 p.m., the more risky it is to survive. So I would draw the line at 5 p.m. myself for maximum safety, but I have survived once at 6 p.m., but it was really dangerous and really difficult. So let's also go to March and do a run there to show how you can actually handle that, and also show what happens with the fire exits. So we're gonna do that first, just to show how messed up it gets. And also, Big London, you got Lethal Company struggles. Oh no. If you need any help, always feel free to ask questions. And as you may notice, we're currently actually recording for YouTube a guide for flooded, like the tactics in flooded moons. So you obviously don't need to check those out, but I do try to upload requested guides. So I hope this is helping all of you watching it. Hi, YouTube. Okay, so now we have 1 day left, and we only have March as an option. It's flooded, and we're like, oh no, everything else is like stormy, and that's less good, or eclipsed. Maybe you're afraid of that. No weather, so let's turn that into flooded using some magic tricks here. Scoobly doobly, I want some rainly daily. There we go. Hey, thank you for the follows, by the way, welcome in. So, let's just make sure that it starts flooding the planet. And swoosh, 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 boom. Actually, let's run this way. I feel like it should be fine. This will fill up with water too. There we go. So, watching the stream, you just broke in and got the game. Let's go. So as you may come to notice, if you play on this moon, this place is already flooded. So you can't go there. So you can go this way and over there, but like this is a tiny little plot of land you can still walk over. So either go on that side or this side and get over there. Now, another fire exit over here is also flooded. What you can technically do, if you want to play it risky, bring a key, I would recommend, is you can go all the way over here, land down, and still make it inside on this location. So as you may notice, this is also flooded, but if you drop down, you can still make it in. So you can't make it out, but you can make it in. At least I haven't really tried, but it looks impossible to get out of the water in time, as we can see here. It just leads too far. Now, the good news is there is a higher up fire exit, which, as I think I mentioned before, we do have a tutorial for how to easily get to this fire exit over here. There is one that is higher up. That one is still accessible, and I would say might be one of your safer bets for flooded March. So you would go over here, and then you have a little pit here, so be careful that you don't drop into the mud right there. You can see the line here, you see how it's brown? You want to avoid that. And then the fire exit is over here. So this one is, as you can see, a clear bet. It's kind of like going to Dine. Then you can go there. But for the sake, once again, of surviving the water versus avoiding it, we're going to go to the main entrance, pick up some loot, and then go back to show a little bit of a path you can take to safely make it there. Once again, the pit you might get swallowed by. So you do have some generally safe pathing. You can still utilize some flooded plants, which does take away some of the challenge. However, you may come to notice that even on this side, the water is rising. So on your way back, you will still have to apply the tactics I showed you on Dine. And you will be somewhat safe to go on that side, I believe, from past experiments. I haven't really gone to March flooded a lot, but I have survived in flooded very, very late, all the way up until 10 p.m. on this one. There's multiple steps you can take. As you can see, it's very uneven landscape, and you have this rock where you can regenerate your stamina and then apply the method of regaining your stamina when you're not covered in water. So let's go over here and pick up some loot and then go back. And if you have any other requests, or like if you want to see a fleshed out video, do even more of a deep dive into certain stuff of the game, always feel free to leave a YouTube comment requesting this. And if I haven't responded and you left a comment a little bit ago, I do try to respond to a lot of comments, so my apologies if I do fall behind. Hey, think of it a friend sub on Twitch, Pepperix, another $1 to cancer research. Big a woo! So what you can do is you can go out there fire exits, and like, oh no! So that is the fire exit next to oh, I might have a shovel. Let's just do this just to symbolize getting the loot instead. And we might be able to go and get the shovel, just have a mission to rescue the shovel! Rescuing Private Shovel! So let's go back with this. And once again, you can technically go this way if you want to. It's going to be more and more flooded, so there's going to be more and more risk going this way. But you do have this path here too, which you can also take, and you apply the same method as on the other side. So at this point of the day, we're going to go this way. So, regenerating stamina. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome in. Also, Farad, that would be kind of funny and terrible at the same time. And also, once again, you can't run in water, which is a mistake some people make, where they start running into water, but you only wasted stamina doing it. So just walk into the water. This would be called a water exit when it's flooded. Oh, that would be hilarious. Now I need a mod for that too. If flooded, then fire exit equals water exit. So the benefit of going that side is that we obviously don't have to trek through this water. And thusly, we can avoid a lot of the jumping. But both directions are doable. And as we'll see here when I jump down in here, we might want to take a running step here. Then once again, just jump. And you're fine. So it's not that difficult once you learn the hang of the jumping timing. Of course, you might still find yourself in situations where you have taken water over your head. And you just didn't have enough stamina, or it was still too deep. So once again, some caution is advised, but it's already 3:20 p.m. and it's still very easy. And I would say this one is the second hardest place to really do this on, because the water is starting to rise in a way where you might feel that it's impacting your patterns and your ways back and stuff like that. So we're gonna save the shovel, not shave the shovel. But first, let's see if we can get one more item here. A flask. Let's go. Now we can collect some water. Maybe one more item. I do enjoy your game commentary with a soothing voice, Falk. Thank you. I can also sound a bit more like other people. Like,
welcome to the stream, you are. Helping you I will. Survive you shall. Yes. run as fast as you can. Yes.
Nice to be able to collect samples of monsters in the flask. Yeah, I wonder if there's a purpose. Because the flasks are vanilla. And I just wonder if there's an added purpose to the flasks. Beyond just existing. Because it would be cool to be able to use them on slimes and other stuff. Like maybe craft something in the flask, in the ship. Like you buy something and you can dip the flasks into them. And then you utilize that to fight some monsters. So even late in the day, it's like 5:30. Even late in the day, you can still go through there. It's not too bad. And just for the sake of it, let's go this way because it should be a little bit more dangerous. It's generally safe until we get close to the ship. But as we can see, like there's more and more flooded. And I freaking love this mechanic, by the way. And right here, we're safe. We don't need more stamina. It's not that deep, so we can continue. The locust is gonna drown. And also, Thea, I like it here because I asked them questions about lethal and people answer instead of replying with stare emotes. Hey, you will never stop being stupid if you don't ask stupid questions. That's how you become smart. So as you can see here, this is going to be more risky because it's a longer path, but usually this rock, yeah, there we go. The rock helps get our stamina back and we can give ourselves more stamina and then apply this approach to actually get back. And as we can see, it's 6:52. We're still making it very easily back. You can do this, I would say, all the way till basically 10 and 11 p.m. And this path is very safe. So going the fire exit, once again, is a very safe way to actually approach the March Bloody Moon. Because if I go back over here, we'll see at this point of the day, the water is still not really a threat. Stay away! The water is still down there like it was before, covering the other fire exit. And then the fire exit is right around the bend here, like over there. So as you can see, there's a little bit of water there. But like over here, it's just a little bit of water. So we should be able to just trek this. I actually haven't been here at this time of the day, but we should be fine. So if you came out of the fire exit, we should still be able to just walk normally because it shouldn't be that deep. As the fire exit is there, and then if we can just get up on the ledge a little bit, we'll be able to regenerate the stamina too. There we go. So we can just build up stamina. We're running up the edge here. There we go. And then you can go back in and out. And when you want to get back that way, you can also give yourself a little bit more of an edge by going that way. So let's build up more stamina. Imagine if the beehives drown, the water will damage you. Oh my god, because of the electric shocks. So as you can see here, you have an easy way of getting back at 9 p.m. So hopefully this video has helped. You're gonna get back to the ship and do a little dance off. So if you want to tune out of the YouTube video already, thanks for watching it. Hope it helped. If you have any more requests for videos or deep dives you would like to see, no pun intended, into anything you're struggling with, YouTube comments are welcome, or you can tune into the Twitch streams. All of this linked in the description. If there's any specific mods we've been using to make something happen, you want to try and use them too, then they are also linked in the description where relevant. So depending on what type of mods we're highlighting or tutorial we're making, there may or may not be more stuff like that. So let's just get back to the ship, sail to space, no pun intended again. And as you can see, it's very safe on this side. So you don't really need to avoid flooded planets, you just need to know the right paths. Oh shit, that scared me. Yo, not okay. So let's do that. A little bit of dancing. In fact, I want lights. I want to send you off fancily. There we go. So let's let the text pop up, but I hope this really helped out, because I know a lot of people ask me like, how is flooded supposed to be handled? I always drown when I go there, and I played with a bunch of friends who are newer to the game, and one common thing that happens is when we go to a flooded planet and I'm like, this is safe, this is fine, they die. And then their drowned body is lying there, and I'm like, maybe it wasn't as safe as I thought it was. So
report to the company building.
no, I will not report to the company. I'm saying goodbye to my friends. So if you enjoyed the video, if you liked or subscribed during it, I want to say thank you for that. Otherwise, maybe I'll still see you in the next video. And take good care. Be the greatest asset you can be. And bye, YouTube. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.